Hey everyone, welcome to yoga. Really glad that you are here. This practice today is going to be all about dealing with anxiety and stress and hopefully regulating the body a little bit, dealing with the mind, doing some breathing, moving the body a little bit, and hopefully feeling a little better when we are done with it. So, join me on the mat, take a seat, however is comfortable for you. So if you want to sit up on something, that's great. If you prefer to do this part in a chair, fantastic, you do you. Sit however feels best. You can have legs out front, hips to the side, hips on heels, whatever you need. But sit up tall. Drop the shoulders down and let's close the eyes if that feels okay. If you are in this really heightened state of anxiety and closing the eyes does not feel safe or comfortable to you, then just lower the gaze away from the screen. Everything that I offer here today, it's just that. It's an offering. If it works for you, great. If you prefer to do something else, great. This is your practice, not mine. If you want to just lie on your mat and breathe and cry for the next 30 minutes, if that's what you need, full permission. You can adapt, modify, advance any of the postures that I share here. I want you to feel good at the end of this. So deepen the breath a little bit. And then maybe notice the length of your inhale and compare it to the length of your exhale. So maybe if you're inhaling for a count of 4, see if you can make your exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale. So maybe you're exhaling for a count of 5. Maybe once you do that for a few times, you can exhale for even longer, maybe a count of 6, 7, 8. If that feels too much, don't worry about it. Just see if you can get that breath on the exhale a little bit longer than the breath on the inhale. This is one of the ways we can communicate with our sympathetic nervous system, the system in the body that clicks on when we are feeling like we are in that fight, flight, freeze, appease situation. So as we are deepening the breath, we are telling the body, we are telling the mind, it's okay. We're okay. Maybe noticing here if you can drop the shoulders down away from the ears or relax through the jaw a little bit. Of course, we know there is that loop between the mind, the body, the mind, the body. So by finding some ease in the body, can we bring some ease to the mind? Deep breath in. Long exhale, let that all go. Beautiful job. let the eyes open if they were closed. And draw the hands next to you, putting them down on the mat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let that left ear come towards the left shoulder, and maybe walking those right fingertips away from the body a little bit. So you feel a deep stretch on the right side of the neck. Maybe you want to lift that left hand and gently, no real pressure here, gently touch the right side of the head to maybe just intensify that stretch a tiny little bit. Deep breath in. And exhale, slowly come up, right ear towards that right shoulder now, maybe inching those left fingertips away. And then maybe just a little gentle touch on the top of the head. Relax through the jaw here. Keep that breath smooth. Spine is long. We can hold so much tension in the neck here. Good. Slowly come back up. Hands on the legs. And we're going to open up the heart. So gaze goes up. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. And then exhale, chin to chest, belly button back towards the spine. Inhale, heart lifts, gaze up. And exhale, create space between those shoulder blades. Good. One more time in each direction. Heart lifts, arch that low back. And then exhale. Beautiful. Come through center. Take a deep breath in. And let that go. Great job. Come on over to tabletop pose. So we're going to come into puppy pose, which is a posture I really enjoy for any time that I'm feeling like I'm getting really wound up. So tabletop pose here with the wrists under the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. So taking a moment here to really ground down and engage through the belly. We're going to just take a moment to breathe here and get used to this new orientation. So take a deep breath in and a long exhale. And then walk the hands forward. So the hands are going to come forward of the shoulders, and then heart is going to bow down like a puppy who is ready to play. Hips stay high. So find what works here. Maybe it feels better to take the hands a little bit wider. That can take some stress off the shoulders. Maybe the forehead comes all the way to the mat, maybe not. Does not matter. But let that heart bow down towards the mat. And breathe. Tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, come up. Walk those hands back underneath the shoulders for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, send those hips back for child's pose. Walking those hands forward, or maybe after such intense work on the shoulders, you want to bring those arms back so that the hands are behind you. Again, forehead might land on the mat, might not. Hips might be way up high in the air, absolutely fine. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Nice. Find your way back up to that tabletop pose again. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So I like to move my hands out a little bit in front of my shoulders, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, so wide with the fingers. And then when you are ready, tuck toes under, breathe in, hips up and back, exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe you want to bend one knee and straighten the other, walking your dog out. And then take a few deep breaths here. Maybe think about sending the heels a tiny bit closer to the mat. I don't care if the heels are lifted. I don't care if they ever hit the mat. But when you do that, you will find that you will get a deeper sensation of stretch in the backs of the legs. You can have as much bend here as you would like in the knees, but think about getting length through the spine. Gaze is between the feet here. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale as you walk up towards your hands. Bend the knees a lot. And then ragdoll forward fold. You might want to interlace the hands into opposite elbows. You might want to sway side to side, have the hands on the legs, on a chair, something to help support you if that feels good. Shake the head, yes and no. And then as you're ready, even deeper bend in those knees as you roll all the way up to standing. Let those shoulders come down the back and find mountain pose here. So feet directly underneath you, hips over heels, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Tuck the chin just a little bit, crown reaches up, palms face forward. So you're in this stacked, balanced, grounded position. It's called mountain pose for a reason. Settle the heart here with some of that deep breathing. And if you like to set an intention for your practice, feel free to do that now. You can bring the hands to heart space if that feels good. Maybe just taking a moment of gratitude or acknowledging that there is something or someone that could use a little extra goodness sent their way, and it's absolutely fine if that someone is you. Breathe in. Long exhale, let that all go. Excellent job. Release those hands down next to you. Find that mountain pose again for a moment, grounding down through the feet. Take a deep breath in and let that go. Good job. Step to the top of the mat here. So we're going to come into a version of Warrior One. So step back with that right foot. Right toes are going to come on an angle, and we're going to sink in to that front knee. So hands are on the hips to start, and then draw that right hip forward, left hip back. So you're squaring hips and shoulders to the top short edge of the mat. You might want to tuck the tail just a little bit, so zip up those lower abs. Hands are on the hips. So once you feel grounded and stable in the legs, a traditional Warrior One would have us reaching up. But we're focusing on connecting with the body and calming anxiety today. So I'm going to invite you to instead wrap the arms in a hug. So you might want to do that so that the hands are coming to the shoulders. It might feel better to wrap the arms around the belly. You can go one high, one low, does not matter. Wrap yourself in a gigantic hug here. Sit those hips down, tuck the chin a little bit, tuck the tailbone a little bit. Feel the sensation of your arms wrapped around you. So the legs are working hard here, but see if you can find some ease, some comfort in the upper body. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the hips, up on those back toes. Step up, find your mountain pose and breathe. Just notice. Just notice. See if there is something kind that you can say to yourself in this moment. If you're having a hard time thinking of something, try this. Thank you for showing up today. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Let's do that other side. So stepping back with the left leg, foot lands, toes are on that angle, and then sink into front bent knee. Square hips and shoulders to the top of the mat, starting with the hands on the hips. So you can really try to get that squaring of hips and shoulders to the top of the mat. So it's almost like there were headlights on the hips. They would be shining straight forward. So sink down low here. Relax those shoulders. And then when you're ready, go for the hug. So maybe you want to do the same hug you did last time because that just felt great. Maybe there is a different hug you want to do. Maybe you are reaching back to literally give yourself a pat on the back. Find what feels good and supportive to you to actually connect with the body here. Don't lose the bend in that front knee. Set your gaze in one spot and deepen the breath. Tuck tail just a little bit and then relax the toes. Deep inhale. And long exhale, let that go. Release the hands, bring them to the hips, up on back toes. Step up, top of the mat, hand to heart, hand to belly, breathe. Can you feel your heartbeat here? Can you feel your breath? Can you feel the aliveness? Breathe in. Long exhale. Beautiful work. Turn to the long side of your mat. So taking a wide step, we're going to take a forward fold here. So if you prefer to be close to a wall, a chair, something so you can bring your hands down so that they don't have to come all the way to the ground, fantastic. Arrange yourself so that that is possible. We're going to pigeon toe the feet a little bit. So toes in, heels out, hands to the hips. Take a deep breath in. And then hinge forward. So going nice and slow here so that you can feel where you would like to stop, where your body is saying okay, yeah, plenty right there. So hands can come against a wall, a chair, a desk, the ground, some blocks, whatever you like. Let the head and neck go. Shake it yes, shake it no. Relax the jaw. And then roll the weight forward a little bit. So light in the heels, grounding through the balls of the feet. Good. From here, that left hand is going to ground down. Maybe it's on the floor, maybe it's on a chair, maybe it's on the wall. But you're going to open up through that right arm. So right hand reaches towards the sky. Maybe the gaze follows it, maybe not. Maybe that hand isn't reaching up all the way to the sky. Maybe it's more to the side. Fine. Just find that rotation, that twist in the spine, and keep that breath flowing. One more deep breath here. And then exhale, let's switch those hands out. So that left arm now is going to reach up, grounding down through the right hand, finding that twist in the spine. Relax through the jaw, keep that breath moving. I don't know what it is in twists, but I'm always tempted to hold my breath, and it never helps. Breathe in. And exhale, slowly comes down. Bend those knees a little bit and roll or hinge all the way up, bringing the feet underneath you, mountain pose. Breathe. Relax those shoulders. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Take a seat on your mat. So sit down on the mat. That left leg is going to come out to the side. Right foot anywhere you would like on the inside of that left leg. Left hand comes down. We're going to take a bit of a side bend here. So reaching that right arm up and over. So we're looking for this stretch in all of the side body here on the right. Don't let that shoulder get jammed up into the ear. Create space. Lift up and lift over. That right shoulder might want to come behind you a little bit. That's going to create even more sensation in that stretch. Take one more deep breath here. And exhale, come on up, switch the legs out. Same thing, other side, lift up tall first, and then make your way over to the right. That left arm reaching up and coming over. Ground that left hip into the mat. So you're really getting kind of this grounding and this lift at the same time. Beautiful job. One more deep breath here. And a slow exhale. Well done. Come on back. Sit up tall and come to lie down on your back. So gently make your way down there. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat, and just take one moment here. Let the hands rest on the belly maybe. Taking this moment to notice you are right here. Breathe in and breathe out. Well done. Bring both knees into the chest. Take those arms like a T and let the knees fall down to the right. Gaze goes to the left for a spinal twist. So I know it doesn't actually work this way in the body, but when I do a spinal twist like this, I just have this imagining that I'm just wringing out like a towel. I'm just wringing out all that dirty, nasty water that I don't want in there anymore. So think about this wringing out we're doing with the spine right now. Getting rid of what is old and unnecessary. When you're ready, knees come in to center and drop them down to the other side. Maybe gaze goes opposite. So wringing out in that other direction. Starting clean and fresh. Beautiful job. Come back to center. Take whatever final movements you would like so that you can settle in for your Shavasana. So we can hold a lot of tension in the hips, so maybe figure 4 would be nice with ankle on top of opposite knee and then switching sides. Maybe you like legs up the wall, coming into this position against a wall so that you are supported. Maybe you love some kind of inversion. Maybe you want another twist, go for it. Whatever you need in order to settle in. And then when you're ready, you find your Shavasana. You find the resting pose that makes sense for you right now. That can be on your back, on your side, on your belly, sitting up. And once you are there, let's integrate all the work that you have just done. We put effort into the body to find ease in the mind. So perhaps your mind does not feel easeful right now. That's okay. Focus on relaxing the body fully. We practice that enough, eventually the mind gets the memo. So be as heavy as you can possibly be on the mat. Deepen the breath. Maybe go back to that extended exhale. Maybe counting will help you to focus. So maybe breathing in for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 5, 6, 7. And know that whatever it is that you are experiencing right now, whatever it is that you experienced over the last 29 minutes, it's okay. You can't get this wrong. Bring softness to the belly so that it can move with each inhale and exhale. Take a deep breath in. And full exhale. Taking a full stretch through the body here, maybe making your way up to a seated position. If you have space in your day to stay in your Shavasana longer, I fully encourage that. But if you're ready to move on with your day, you can come to a seated position, maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly, maybe hands in the lap or heart space. Just take a moment to recognize how you feel right now. It's not a judgment. You're not giving yourself a grade. You're just noticing what is real and true in this moment. Breathe in. And let it all go. See if you can say one kind, generous, compassionate, loving thing to yourself in this moment. Deep breath in. And let that go. Amazing job. Well done. Thank you so much for coming to the mat today. It is always such an honor for me to lead you through your practice. May you be well, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and live with peace. Namaste. Come back soon. Let's do this again.